when we sat down and, you know, after all the filming had taken place and these hunts had taken place with Muley Freak, and we did the spot and stalk and the baiting and kind of all aspects of hunting bears, it kind of made us realize and how Justin started Top Priority with Jeremy, you know, way back in the day.
So back in 2010, we took on a new adventure. We'd always hunted for deer and elk, but we'd never hunted for bears. And we met a guy up north. This guy knew the ins and outs of bear hunting. And we were super fascinated. We had never even paid much attention to a bear. We'd seen him out in the field while we were hunting, but we'd never even considered hunting this animal. This guy had broke down every single season, and he showed us all these documented logs. It was really cool to see how much detail and how much thought that goes into his setups and where he'd actually position bait depending on the thermals and how everything had to align in order to be successful. Spring Bear 2010, Saturday, May 15th, the Lookout bait site. We had pictures of a sow and cub at 7:45 p.m. And so that kind of sparked it for me and Jeremy. Right then we were like, we want to try this. So that next season we roll in and we were loading up on anything we could get in our hands on bait. You know, we're talking donuts and breads and dumpster diving, like anything and everything we could get our hands on. We were collecting bait. We were getting Kool-Aids. We were doing all sorts of stuff to try to be successful. And it didn't take but 2-3 weeks and we had our first bear come in, which was unreal.
Good bear, dude. I smoked him good. Oh yeah, right behind the front shoulder.
A couple years after that, Jared and Justin were on a hunt, and Justin was able to take one of his largest bears to date, and that was all captured on film. So it kind of set our foundation as a film crew and kind of who we are. Everybody got introduced to filming through bear hunting.
I remember watching this bear come over the hill the first time we seen him. It was the craziest feeling. Nothing will compare to that day. I just remember when he stepped over a couple of those logs and his legs just looked like tree trunks and his body was just like so stout. And the way he walked, his attitude, everything about him just like sparked this fascination. Like, this animal is legit.
Oh my big boy, look at that shot. That's a bear, boys. That's a bear, boys. Look at the size of him. Just look at that head. Monster, dude.
But I remember that hunt over them all. And like, just that experience, like that is what sparks it year in and year out.
It was just something that really took off, and we were kind of bonded closer together through this style of hunting, because you know what, it happens in the spring, whether it's bait or spot and stalk. It's kind of that first hunt of the year.
Something about a bear when they come in, it gets engraved into your brain of seeing that animal. They're so unique. We've had so many instances where they're right below you and the hair on your neck just completely stands up. There's nothing that compares to a bear right below you. So they're really fun to pursue in the fact that you don't get to see them very often. And when you are able to see them, like, just their swagger and their demeanor and everything about a bear is unique. There isn't two that are the same. And some of them are going to be very aggressive, some are going to be scared of human interaction.
They're one of the top predators in Idaho, right next to wolves, where they provide for themselves, they fend for themselves, and they're a very elusive animal, and they can be really tough to to get close, in close proximity to, or see multiple bears throughout a hunting season. So they've been what has started our filming profession, our business, our friendships amongst each other, and we'll always continue to do this hunt for many years to come. It's just something we always look forward to doing.
The best time to film throughout all the seasons, especially here in Idaho, is the spring. It's lush, it's green, there's flowers. Everything's just like waking up. It's like everything has been cooped up all winter long. Even us as hunters, like we're chomping at the bit to get out in the field. And so the spring is where we focus all of our energy on bear hunting. We don't do so much in the fall because we're so busy with elk and deer, but the spring is just our focus point. It's like our reset as who we are to being in God's country, chasing these amazing creatures. Some of our best hunts have come from the spring. The first year that Garrett jumped into the crew and he was on the fence, and we didn't even know if it was going to amount to anything, but I was just like, I'll go film you and we'll just hang out as buddies. And it turned out to be this most amazing hunt. It's one of our highest viewed films, one of my favorite films that we've ever put together, but it's just gorgeous. It's rugged country, but the interaction between bears that we had was unbelievable. Like, you can't top a hunt like that. And it's a cool time of year because you're seeing deer, you're seeing elk, you see all these different kinds of animals. But these bears are just coming out and they're roaming the hills, and you're in wide open, just beautiful country. Like, there's nothing that tops that experience.
We have a great respect for all the big game animals that we hunt and harvest throughout a year. They're a species that needs to be managed and they need to be taken seriously. If they become overpopulated, they will take a detrimental effect as far as our herd numbers in Idaho. So it's more or less a big circle of life, and we're really the only ones that have the capability of managing these predators. It's not like deer and elk can kill bears. A bear will pretty much live to be 20 to 25 years old. We took a lot of time and effort into planning and the logistics that went into some of these hunts.
A lot of people think that you just can, with baiting, that you can just drive up, put out a little bit of bait, sit there for a couple hours, and here comes a bear. It's not the case. We spent seasons and hours and weekends and fuel and all this time.
No bears tonight though. Perfect night too. Wind was perfect. Everything was perfect, but that's part of it.
And yet when we're at the top of our game, we're still maybe only seeing 4 to 10 bears a season. A lot of things that have to mesh together in order to be successful.
Our side of the story is top priority hunting. None of us, in our crew are biologists by any means, but we are going to do the best we can in showing people who are uneducated about these animals. We're going to show and explain things through our films.